Hi all, it's Northern Peacock and I'm Peter. I decided to record this stream in English just because I can, just because I never streamed in English, but I recorded some video in English with my selected games. Now it's duplicate MCR, duplicate Mahjong competition rules. It's our club tournament, which took place on Sundays, but I decided that for summer it must go on Wednesdays. So the next club tournament from Northern Peacock will be on Wednesday, June 8th. Now, I put a delay for this video. It's 4 minutes, just because you couldn't cheat. Because you know that every player, all players on one line, on one wind, yes, sitting at the same wind, have the same hands and the same piece, same part of walls, yes. So anyone who can open my stream can see my hand and what I pick from the wall, from my wall. That's why I put this delay 4 minutes, because when you see that a deal has started, then in real life this deal has almost ended, so it won't help you much. That's why now I just wait for the beginning. I can close this window and I'll be switching to this window between deals, because I'll be reviewing our progress, my progress and our club members' progress. I mean me, a girl from St. Petersburg, and a guy from St. Petersburg. Number 7, number 2. So we have 4 tables, the required minimum, and we'll play 3 sessions. About 1 minute and a half. We'll have 3 sessions, you see, 3 multiply 8. 8 deals. This means 2 rounds. It will be eastern and northern, eastern and southern rounds in the first session, then 5 minutes break, 10 minutes break. Then it will be western and northern rounds, then another 10 minutes break, and again eastern and southern rounds. That's it. It will last for about it will last for about 2.5 hours. We begin at 11:30, so it will finish at 2 p.m. I switch to English. You see that you can read all the declarations properly. Now 10:09. Okay. I don't know what players will be now, but we'll be switching tables in each round. We play 4 deals with this table, and then in the southern round we'll play with different table, different opponents. Now, what about this hand? What about this hand? What I can say? This looks very much like upper tiles. And in duplicate MCR, you must also remember that all people have the same hand. So you compete not specifically with people at your table, but with people on your line, on your wind. Yes, I'm west, and all players on the west. Let's see. West Angel Fog, Richard Louis, Mimi Lam, and me. Mimi Lam, yes. We compete for completing this hand. If someone takes it and someone doesn't, then those people who took this hand would receive some IMPs, yes, international match points. International match points, and people who didn't collect this hand won't receive anything, receive negative match points. Chat, yes, if you want to ask something, just write in the chat. Yes, I speak in English because I decided to make at least one stream for English speakers, for English, yes, English speaking people. I recorded some streams in Russian so far. Okay. I don't know what exactly to do with these 5 dots and 5 BAMs, because I have to concealed punks. Okay. So this wasn't my deal, I believe. I received little useful tiles from the wall. Maybe someone could make all types with this hand, yes, with pair of wests, but with little dragons. I doubt anyone collected my hand, really. So now we'll switch to another tab, which shows that only our table has finished. The 3 tables play, but we played rather quickly, and different players have different speed, as you know. We see counter. We have 45 minutes for 8 deals for 2 rounds, and it's enough. I was offered to decrease timing with 9 seconds for a turn for one move instead of 10, but no, it's enough. It's good with 10. I refuse this decreasing because it's just good this way. So we'll wait. We wait, of course, because nobody can start the next deal before all other players finished, or someone may leak information. Random left. What's this? Sorry. Random. This player who took this hand, maybe he just didn't confirm passing to the next deal. We can review this hand. Yes, he took 18 points from the player on the east, and possibly all players on the north on his hand took the same hand. Yes, it looked rather obvious. You see, he dropped useless honors. He collected some good tiles, but I gave him 4. If another player on the west wouldn't give him 4 cracks, what would he do then? All people finished. I'm in the south, and I think about all types. All types, maybe something like have flush and bams. Let's see. What about this one? Aha! I collected +2. +2 because I didn't feed into Mahjong. What about... Yes, 3 people... Ah, sorry, only our table. Yes.
吃
Only our table collected
碰
Mahjong on the north and other people collected on the east. The opposite player collected. 3 players on the east in the previous deal collected that hand. I'm curious. Possibly nobody gave 4 cracks to the player on the north. So I got +2 and other people on my line, on my wing, got... Ouch. Got -1 or 0. Here was self, you see. If you don't know, I need to remind you that here in duplicate MCR, you always get your Mahjong points for your Mahjong are sum of your Mahjong and 24 points more, like you take from discard, and the same sum you take when you win from the wall. So selves, yes, victories by self are not very profitable here. They really don't differ from winning from discard. It's a more competitive style, I think, because you don't hold for oneself, which will give you very many points. And we don't depend on game points, yes? Okay. We don't depend on game points, which we collect just IMPs. IMPs are calculated, nice. IMPs are calculated from an average, from the average grade.
胡
You see, from the wall, I collected the same. 19 plus 24 is 43 points, and all people just lost -15 because it's rounded number from 43 divided by 3, rounded to 15, like in the previous deal. Yes, like in the previous deal, the player on the east took 40 points and all people lost 14 points each because it was rounded 42. Okay, so we wait for one table. Okay, we wait. We now try to collect some chows. Sorry, I need to interrupt a bit.
碰
Okay, sorry, it was some technical problems. Now, what about this hand? I just dropped useless honors. I just picked some simple tiles from the wall. And what I can do here, really? What I can do here? 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. But I need another 5 bams. No. What about small fan hand? If I pick, for example, 5 dots from the wall. No, I don't need the 3. 5 dots from the wall. Concealed handle, chows, all simple, 6 points. Shot straight, 7th point, and a closed weight, 8th point. Yes. Okay. It's much easier because I can take 4 cracks and then wait for 5 dots. No. I don't need it. I need just something good from the wall or from the left as usual. 6. I'll drop this one anyway. I don't need another pair. Yes, I have 1 pair and I don't need anything. So I wait for 7 or 4 cracks. Yes, I don't need 4, 5, 6, but I need 3, 4. Ouch. Okay, I lost not very many points because it was lost by self, by other self. What about the previous deal? We all collected the same hand, you see, but I received 0 because I collected not very expensive hand. Maybe I collected just pure shifted chows. You remember? Yes, in the previous deal, pure shifted chows and not not half flush. And another player collected possibly half flush as well. She didn't drop south, I think yes. She could collect pang of reds and leave pair of south and collect from the wall, you see, mixed pure chow, sorry. An interesting thing here is that you have your own wall, yes, your own part of the wall, so you know that you can pick your tile from the wall anyway. I believe it motivates you to use other people's discard. You know that you won't lose your good tile, like in usual MCR, non-duplicate, yes, because when you take something from discard, you miss picking a tile from the wall. But if you play duplicate MCR, you have your own wall, which nobody else can can pick from. Well, that's interesting. It's 4th deal in the Eastern round, and we'll change players, not that just change seats by I'll play with other 3 people. Of course, in 8, in sorry, in 6 rounds, yes, we'll mix. I'll play with the same player maybe twice, maybe thrice, but it's okay. It's just okay. Now I think about pure shifted chows. Pure shifted chows, really. 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. 4. I don't know where my pair will be. I need a pair, and I don't see one now. What about my streaming? I believe it's okay. Yes. I see the previous deal streamed now, right now, yes, but I'm already 4 minutes ahead. We play East 4. Yes, E4. Now I need another set. I need 2 8s here, really. 2 8s cracks. And I also need 4th set, maybe around cracks. Or maybe around BAMs if I pick 3 BAMs. So, I believe, yes, continuing my talking about, okay, I talk about your own wall. It motivates you to use people's discard. It motivates you to meld your hand. Maybe even active melding up to melded hand. Up to 6 points, no. So I can declare Pang of 3s, Pang of 7s, or maybe some Chow. Who could know that 8 dots will come from the wall? 3, great. I have a pair, 7 dots. I have 4th set of 3s. I just need 2 8s. Where are my 8s, by the way? Yes. Pong. Ouch! Not this one. I just missed everything. I needed 2 and only 1 left. Only 1 left now. So I have to switch to full flush, I think. Yes. I just need to switch to full flush. I can take the last 8, I hope. But I need also take something like 5 and another 5 cracks. Huh. And who could win with my hand? That's interesting. Let's see the previous deal. The previous deal was not bad for me, you see, because I collected +1 just with losing by other self. And now I collected +3 IMPs. You see, sum of IMPs. Now you can see how IMPs are calculated. Sum on the whole line firstly calculated +67 in this case, yes, in the previous deal south, when 2 players collected this hand and 2 players didn't collect. 1 player lost 8 points, passive loss, so-called, and another player lost by other self. So the total sum of it is +67, and average +67 divided by 4 is 16 and 75 hundredths. So from this average are calculated IMPs. Difference between +44 and +16 is 28 points, and 28 gain points go to +5 IMP. The same here, -8 and +16 give -24 points and -5 IMPs. So that's not so difficult to understand, but you must be used to it. Just it. Now, what I can think about here, something like either pure shifted chows, yes, or mixed shifted chows. But for mixed shifted chows, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, I need either 3 or 4 cracks. On the other hand, if I pick 3 or 4 from the wall now, I'd better go for pure shifted chows. So maybe I need to drop this 1, 2 anyway. Maybe 1 bends. But if I pick 1, 2, 1 cracks from my wall. That will be interesting. Let's take a look. Ah, 2 people collected my hand. 2 people collected my hand. Okay. Maybe it will be some small fan. This my hand. Well, it's interesting what they collected. I just lost 4 IMPs and I'm now with -1 IMP. You see, I fell to the 9th place. 9th place. No. What I can really do here? What I can really do here? 3s. 2 3s are already melded. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Maybe it will be something like mixed straight. Mixed straight, I mean 1, 2, 3 bends. 4. Yes. 1, 2, 3 bends. 4, 5, 6 dots. 7, 8, 9 cracks. But I'm formally ready now. I need 4 cracks, but what for? Ouch. Nothing good. Too quick. 8 discards. And rather quick hand with mixed triple chow. Okay, maybe other people didn't collect my hand, so I lose nothing. Now, only we finished. And you see, southern round began. I changed opponents, Japanese, Chinese, and Polish. Yes, some Chinese nickname from Poland. Okay. Really, I hope that many people from our club in Russia will take part in this tournament. But many foreigners for Russia, yes, not Russians, participate, like some Chinese, some Japanese. Let's take a look. Canada, Singapore, Japan, Poland. This guy is from France, another Chinese nick, but he has French banner, French flag. Chinese, France, French, yes. China, another French. There were some players from Netherlands in previous tournaments, but not in this one. I hope that more Russians will be playing. It's an invitational tournament, yes. All people who are registered at MahjongSoft can take place, can play in this, can play in this tournament, but only our club members can hope for some rewards. Because it's just hard to send all rewards to anyone, and it was just announced like club tournament. I don't know whether you'll be watching, who can watch this video. Okay, that's not of my real concern now. What about people one table still playing? What I can tell you, you could see that some people who collect not very expensive and who collect them but not very expensive, they get minus IMPs. Yes, this happens too. When somebody collected an expensive hand on Uline, he or she receives plus IMPs, positive IMPs. If you collected hand but not very expensive, you receive some negative IMPs, but not a very big minus. Yes, when if, not like if you not collected nothing. Yes, if you collected nothing, you receive many negative IMPs, like -5, -6, -7. That's usual numbers. And when you collect some hand, not very expensive, but anyway, you collected, you receive just some -1, -2 IMPs. That can be considered as good. Well, it's an obvious hand for anyone, I think, because it's mixed shifted chows, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, but you need specific tiles. You need 5 bends and 4 cracks. Sorry. 5. Okay. I can go for pure straight now. Yes. I can go for pure straight. I really choose between pure straight and mixed shifted chows. That's a usual fork, really. 6. Ouch, I could collect 5, 6, 7 from the wall. But 5, 6, 7 cracks, 5, 6, 7 dots. Nothing really in bends. Okay, let's go for it. I see that the player to my left doesn't drop cracks, so I can't hope for good cracks from him. I'd rather hope for 2 or 5 bends now. Ouch. Another mixed shifted chows. I just wonder who collected my hand. Let's take a look about what about previous deal. Nobody collected my hand. That's okay. Now it looks like either outside hand or maybe some chows, maybe mixed straight. Another 5. Maybe half flush. Yes, very possibly half flush, because I have many forms in cracks. Many forms in cracks. Okay. Maybe it will be something around 8. 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. But I don't have a pair for it. No. I don't see aces on the table. And I don't see my cracks from the left. I don't need Pango 5s, but I take chows. Ah, white. Maybe white is useless. But I'll wait for this white from my wall anyway. For some time. If I collect... If I collect better tiles, I'll of course drop it, I think. I think it's time to drop it, really. East will give me 2 points, because it's my win. And I can think also about... Ouch, no for me, nothing. What about the previous deal? 0. I'm just at -5 now. And another guy from our club is at the 3rd place. Good. Good for him. So it was a quick deal. I think all people on the... Yes, all players on the West collected this pure straight. So we really will take nothing. Possibly everyone lost at my line and will collect 0 IMPs, and the opposite player, you see? Aha, one of them fed. One player on our line fed into that Mahjong and lost IMPs, and we received IMPs because we didn't feed. We just waited for the opposite player to pick self. Now this looks more like mixed shifted chows, maybe, yes? For example, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, or 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. I just don't see. Don't really understand. Okay, let's try to melt something. Another option was knitted straight, but really 3, 6, 9 in cracks. 1, 4 in dots. I didn't have 7 dots. This requires 5, 2, 5, 8 in BAMs. Among them I have 5 only, yes? So I just don't want to go for knitted straight with so few tiles for knitting. And chances for knitting are really not very big in this duplicate version. Okay, let's drop this one because I don't need it. Good. I have a pair. No, sorry. 2, 3, 4. I could declare yes. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'd better collect something like 4, 5, 6. That's interesting. Okay, let's drop this one. I hope to take something around 6 cracks from the wall. Ouch. Melted Kong, 1 voided suit. Not a very expensive hand, but who could collect my hand, really? In the previous deal, you see, I just got +1 and -4. I have in total IMPs. Aha, and this was the last deal in this session, and we'll have a break for 10 minutes and then return. You see, many time left, but sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes we just played all 45 minutes. I think it's just luck. And it's just amount of tables. You see, the more tables we have, the more chances that a deal will last long at least one of the tables. So 45 minutes is just good time. 45 minutes are good. I don't think about changing this amount to like 40 minutes or 35. No, just it's good. 45 minutes for 8 deals. Now, that's interesting. Who collected my hand? I had really nothing useful from the left. Maybe six BAMs, but why? Someone could go for upper 4, yes. Drop 4 dots, 4 BAMs, 5 BAMs. Take 6. Nobody could take 6 because there is no 8 BAMs in the hand. Well, somebody plays. Yes, one table still playing, and after finishing this eighth deal, will break for 10 minutes. Nobody watches my stream, and nobody asks any questions. What I can tell you about this? -5. All other people collected my hand. How's that happen? That's very curious. All other people collected this hand plus 32 at least. This means 8 points. 8 points, and I didn't collect it just because I dropped 7. Yes, I unluckily dropped 7, which was taken by the player to my left and developed his hand. That's curious. Okay, so I am now at the 14th place. I need to collect something now and be more lucky than other players of my line. And the problem with this duplicate MCR individual, not team, but individual version, is that you suffer from others' mistakes. Yes, when you couldn't win at your table on your line, and another player on your line won just because he was more lucky with his opponents, so that his opponents gave him good tiles, and you didn't take those good tiles from discard because they were never offered to you. That's just luck. That's just some people do something wrong, maybe, and other people do something right, and you can't really influence it anyhow. You just collect your hand, you pick the same tiles from your wall, you collect the same hand as others other people on your line, but other tables are just more lucky. And that's it. That's why duplicate MCR really gives you more deviation, more bigger figures of deviation comparing to the usual MCR. Yes, one guy from Moscow calculated took MahjongSoft data for duplicate MCR tournaments and usual MCR tournaments and calculated players' average places and their deviation. And deviation for duplicate MCR in tournaments were bigger than in usual MCR. That's just because of some factors that you cannot handle anyway. And Team MCR is preferable, and Chinese, when they invented this format, this duplicate format of MCR specifically, and all other mahjongs, they just thought about Team MCR. When someone in your team takes mahjong and others don't take, anyway, the whole total game points are summed for your team, and only then an average figure calculated from all teams' results. And of course, if someone in your team, I remind that a team, people in one team always sit on different lines. So you must have strictly 4 members in your team, and amount of teams must be divisible by 4. So it must be either 4 teams taking part in a tournament of Team MCR, or 8 teams, or 12 teams, etc. And for example, if this guy sits here on this line, then other players of his team must sit at different table and at different line. So for example, it can be this player of one team, another player here on south at another table, at the third table it must be east, and then north. Different tables, different lines. That's how it works. Sorry, I just need to interrupt. Okay, so it was an interruption, but it's just okay because we are at the break anyway. So I plan to collect some Team MCR tournaments, but I just need our club members to get used to this format, to this duplicate format, play some individual MCRs with some rewards, of course, for club members, but then I hope sometime to run at least one club team tournament, yes, 4 teams in our club, or maybe from Moscow, yes, with players from Moscow anyway. Maybe we'll collect some not pure city teams, yes, not from St. Petersburg strictly, but from St. Petersburg and Moscow, yes, both Russian capitals, so to say. Now it's just some seconds remain before the second session. We'll play West and North now, Western and Northern rounds. And then there will be another break and third session. So it's just some that's interesting. What about this hand? Yes, I have other opponents, of course. Each round is with new opponents. But what about this one? That's interesting because it can be some small fan hand. I just don't see. I don't see some good forms. Maybe it will be pure shifted chows with this concealed shot straight, yes, 6 tiles in a row. You can collect pure shifted chows. No. On one hand, you need to meld from this card, but on the other hand, you would better, ouch, not meld from other discard because you still wait for some clarification. 2. Okay. So it can be something like pure straight, for example. No. It's my only pair, my eyes for this hand. I'd better meld something like 6 or 3 dots. The opposite player collects some chows. Good. I'd better drop this because I see 3 dots dropped and 6 melded twice. I'd better wait for. Anyway, I wait for 6 or 9. I guess this one. And I just hope for some dots now. Ouch. Too quick. At least I made a ready hand, you see. What about other players? Nobody left. You see, when some players leave tournament, they are replaced by bots, and now players play. That's good. That's nice to see. In previous tournaments was one guy from Netherlands who left tournament tournaments in the middle of second session. Not very good behavior. Not very good at all, because other people need to play with a bot or with some replacement. So I just don't like such people who leave table anyway, anyhow, any table, whether it individual, something, some marathon, yes, like on at Mahjong Time portal, or some tournament, that's bad. Equally bad in a tournament or in a separate game. So irrespective of rounds. Yes, someone may leave marathon 4 rounds and 16 deals. Someone may leave from the third deal in some short game like Berlin or Bern. So I can't encourage you to do anything like it. Well, maybe somebody collected my hand. Maybe the opposite player the other tables wasn't so lucky to collect this hand. Let's see. No, nobody collected. Okay. Yes, why not? I think about mixed triple chow and maybe outside hand and maybe all types also. I think I'll drop useless cracks. Useless cracks anyway. I hope for all types, really. I can drop white, but I can pick one cracks if the player to my left will give me one cracks. Of course, I'll take 1, 2, 3 and drop 4. And another thing about duplicate MCR, as you could already notice, that's it. That's interesting. Two dragon punks. Two dragon punks that I need one voided suit. Or mixed triple chow. Mixed triple chow. Let's see what I can collect here. What about white? I can't collect all 3 dragons, I believe. But I can collect at least 2 dragons. And my luck. Okay, let's drop this one. I'd rather drop these ones and 3 or all dots from my hand. And we'll be waiting for north. One north was dropped, another north may come. No. If I leave these 3 dots and drop north, then I can win from the wall only. From the wall, because it will be 2 dragon punks, mixed double chow and self-drawn. No way for me to win from this card. What about 4s? 3 4s dropped. Yes, I can't collect mixed triple chow to 3 4. Maybe. Let's see. Well, okay. Now I can win, you see? Because it will be 2 dragon punks, 6 points, 1 voided suit, no dots, and mixed double chow. Haha, funny. I just could collect. Really, could I? Could I collect this mixed triple chow? Really? Who could give me 2 dots? The opposite player. Even with the last 5.
胡
Ouch. Last tile. I dropped the last 3 and fed there. Who could tell? Where were my whites? I don't understand. That's not very good. Because I fed and I lost more IMPs than people at my line, I believe. It was rather long game, so everything could happen. Somebody even could collect my hand. We finished, and other people still play. Another table finished. I don't know. Sorry. I see. Yes, I know what people are at my line because I see from the previous deal. Then Poland, France, and Singapore, yes. Well, not very nice. I fed, so I lost maybe 4 or 5 IMPs. That's it. That's just how typical tournament goes. The people who is lucky this time. This time Chinese. Xiao Jiaose. Xiao Jiaose. Xiao Jiaose. Don't know what it means. Not sure. And the player who was leader was leader in 2 tournaments is this French player, which is at 5th place now. Well, maybe they'll play to a draw finally. The last table playing. Let's see. Japanese. This player from Japan is a good player. This player from Russia, from St. Petersburg, won the 1st place in the previous tournament, which was on May 29th, yes? 29th of May. And I hope that people will play on Wednesdays. More people will play on Wednesdays, not only some usual visitors of MahjongSoft portal, but some players from our club, from Russia, from Moscow, I hope. Because I told you about my plans, I'd like to see some team competitions, some teams from Russia. So it looks like, maybe it looks like lower 4. For example, what about me? I lost -5 and 1 player collected my hand. Nice for him. Collected, possibly pure straight, yes? Well, what about this hand? I'd better declare Chow 1, 2, 3 from the player to my left. What about Bams? What about Bams? Can I do anything with these good Bams? 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5. I need another 3 and 2 5s for pure shifted chows. I think I'd better collect row over 4. It's easier to collect row over 4 here, I think. Just it. Ouch! I can feed 6 here. But I'm almost ready, on the other hand. I need 3, yes. And I need 1, 2, 3. Yes, I need either 2 or 3 cracks. The bands, sorry. 2 or 3 bands now. That's good. 2 or 3 bands. Waiting on 2 sides is always better than waiting in 1. Even if I have not very many outs. Yes, I need to wait for another one of 2 remaining 2s. No, I better. Ouch. 3s melded. 2 3s and 1 2. Maybe I need to change my waiting. Maybe I need to change to something like 3 cracks now. If only 3 cracks will come from the wall. Okay, great. Lower 4 mix double chow 1 2 3 dots 1 2 3 bands. If I left that 1 bands in my hand and dropped, for example, 4 bands, that was the same, no, the same waiting. 1 2 3. Yes, I could drop either 1 or 4. I just didn't want to drop 4 because 4 looks more dangerous. Okay, at least I collected this hand, but I can say that it was rather obvious. Maybe someone went for half flush with all these bands. Maybe someone collected just half flush. Great, I took 3 IMPs. Now I think about all types. And I don't know what will be in bands. I just need some good forms in BAMs, but anyway I can declare Pangov Easts, Pangov ones. Okay, stop this 5 as long as it's safe. You need to defend what I wanted to say when I was interrupted by my loss. I wanted to say that you need to know how to defend in duplicate MCR because you don't want to feed into any hand. Of course you will be feeding anyway, but at least you won't be feeding badly. You must know how to defend against not very, at least defend against some obvious hands. This looks like all types. If the player to my left collects something like green dragons, we'll never know it. Okay, that was quick. Maybe that was an obvious hand which was collected by everyone. And what about other tables? 2 tables finished. And my place not very good because I still at the 15th place, even if I took this hand. Well, let's see what will happen. We have another half of the tournament ahead of us. Yes, just 5 more deals in this session and 8 deals in the next session. But I think everyone collected my hand, so I'll get not very many IMPs for it. And the opposite player lost some IMPs because she fed into my hand. She will possibly lose something like 1 or 2 IMPs. Possibly all players fed into my hand if, of course, all other players at my line, at my wing, collected the very same hand. Yes, just this chow, this pang, collected from the wall 2 sets and single weight for red. What about half flush here? Somebody could go for half flush and dots, for example. Maybe go for half flush, and then he could lose because I don't see many half flush options in this hand. All types are much closer, as you can see. Well, that was sorry, I told about this deal, but this deal is already finished. Yes, we have exactly another half of the tournament ahead of us. Now, what about tables? One table is still playing, but let's see, they'll finish soon. And we'll change opponents. Yes, in the northern round, I'll play against another 3 players. As I told, we'll be mixing, so very possibly I'll play with those I played previously. But I remind you that we compete not between players at one table, but between players at one line. That's how our RMPs are granted, just for players at one line. So it leads to some paradox goals, yes, some set of paradox goals which are either defend maximally, defend against feeding into other hands, or collecting the most expensive hand. Yes, because if you collect expensive hand, you receive positive IMPs, and if you even collect a hand but not very expensive, you just may receive negative IMPs. Now, Russian, Chinese, French. Okay. What about my results? +3. Nice. Now I can think about pure straight, but either pure straight or maybe mixed straight. I need some good tiles and dots firstly, and maybe it will be either pure straight or mixed straight, or maybe mixed shifted chows. I think I don't need, yes, I take it, but it can be still 4, 5, 6 cracks and 7, 8, 9 bams. I think I'll drop 1 cracks now. Another 6. Another 6 is not very useful for me, but maybe it's good. Maybe I'll drop it. Don't know where my 4th set will be. Not very good 4th set, really. Because I counted on a pair of 4s, and now I see that not very... Yes, I dropped 9. I just want to collect pure straight, not mixed straight. Or maybe I'll collect something like mixed shifted chows, for example. What place I get to? Aha. Okay, that's 13th. Better than 15th. Another 9. Okay, let's drop 6. Ouch. Good for him. I do not need this 6. I wanted to leave 4s. Too bad. Concealed hand he had, you see? It was hard to tell what he needs, what he waits for, or whether he is ready already. That's not good, but maybe everyone else fed here. Fed into this hand. Either 3 he needed, you see, either 3 or 6. So maybe somebody from my line fed 3, somebody fed 6, and with the same result. Not the same, because with 6 he got 1 more point for mixed double chow, and with 3 bams he couldn't count mixed double chow, but well, not very nice. I'll drop back to 15th place, yes. Sometimes it's, yes, as usual in MCR, in both plain MCR or duplicate MCR, it's luck. It's always luck influences significantly, so to say. Someone say it's 80% skill and 20% luck. Someone say it's 70% of skill and 30% of luck, but luck is not mere percents like 4 or 5. It's just very many percents for luck. Now, what about other tables? One table is still plain. And when you play many tables, like that was in some invitational tournament in August of 2021, when we played Championship of Russia, duplicate online Championship of Russia, there were something like 116 players, and many tables were playing rather long. So we waited for every table to finish, and that was rather long, longer than now, of course, when we have only 4 tables. And at that time we had 29 tables. What about that table? Another draw. Some people don't know what to collect. The player, yes, great. The player 2 on the east, 1 our table, and what about east? Let's see. We all fed, almost all fed into that hand. So that's not very cruciable. Not very good, of course. Yes, I fell into 15th place again, but not very bad. Now, what about this hand? 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. Yes, mixed shifted chows. What about mixed? What about knitted straight? Sorry, knitted straight. 3, 4, 5, 1, 4, 7, 2, 8. If I pick 5 bams from the wall now, I can think about knitted straight. Let's try to collect it for a while. I have a pair for it. You see, pair of 4s. I have possibly useless 3 dots. I don't have 5. But if I take another pair, for example, 7, no, 5 I take for 5. Okay, let's drop this one. I can take 4 or 7 cracks for my 4th set and then wait for 5 bams. 4 or 7. I dropped 2, I didn't need the 2 anyway. If I take another 7 bams, I don't need 7 bams really. I'd rather take some cracks and 5 bams. 2. Okay. I don't need this 4 anyway. What the player to my right tries to collect? Something like pure straight and cracks maybe. No. Okay, that's better, because I can declare any pung of 5s or pung of 4s. It's much better. Great. So I'm ready hand. It will be knitted straight, concealed hand, no honors. You don't receive any points for waiting in such a regular structure, because it's strictly saying not single wait when you wait for a pair, not closed wait, and not edge wait. Dangerous tiles come, and 5 bams is not very likely to come from the discard. Let's see. Maybe someone will finally drop it when it gets ready. Such tiles are usually dropped when you are ready. You have ready hand and you drop risky tiles because you don't want to break your ready hand. 3 and 4 looks very much like he's ready to drop 5. 9. Okay. At least I pick safe tiles from the wall. But where is my 5? At least 5 bands. No 5s I see on the table. No. Ouch, there were all 5s. Haha, lucky he is. Well, who could collect my hand, really? 7, 8, 9 it could be. 2, 3, 4. Somebody collected. Good. Okay, so my needed straight wasn't very successful. Now it's all types. I can declare pang of greens, of course. I can drop 7, I can drop 3. It's rather easy hand. Or I can collect something like mixed triple chow. But for mixed triple chow I need a pair then. No. No. I think I'll drop 3 cracks and maybe 4 cracks. 3 and 4. No. The player to my left possibly collects dots. She won't give me 7 or 4 maybe. But I hope she'll give me some bands. Maybe 5, maybe 8. Ouch. Another east. Another east and no greens on the table. Well, what about this hand? Who can collect it and how? Another 2. The player to my right possibly has 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay, well. But it could be pair, yes. I could collect just something like mixed triple chow. But I can declare pang of 6s. Where are my 6s? Or anything. Okay, that's good. I just need to get another green and another east. Let's drop this one. Where are reds, by the way? Reds were dropped as well. I'd better drop this one firstly. Who can wait for red? If the player to my left collects half flush and dots, then she can... Aha. Okay. Nice to drop. Yes, looks like I can finally win with mixed shifted chows, but mixed shifted chows. Let's try. Huh. Good. 9s. Small fan hand. Good for him. Very nice. Who could tell that he wins? And what about the previous deal? I lost 3. But I'm not losing too badly as guy from Poland. Now, sorry, I just need to take another look. The same table plays rather slowly. Okay. What is it? Some tables can be slow because after mixing players, after seating different players, there are chances that all slow players will be gathered at one table. And so they'll be slowing the whole tournament. Maybe something must be fixed in the algorithm of seating. I'm at the east. Okay, let's try to collect some chows. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Yes, something like it. Or maybe pure straight, but only if I collect some good tiles. Okay, it's easier to collect some mixed shifted chows. And it's really the point of duplicate MCR to collect the most effective hand here. The most effective hand, the best, the quickest one you can, and maybe the most expensive. What about now 5, 6, 7? 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. Yes, maybe I need to get rid of these pairs because I don't really count on them. I don't need. Maybe I'll take 3, 4, 5. Yes, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, for example. The player to my left collects dots. She won't give me good dots, so I need to think about maybe 5, 6, 7, by the way. 5, 6, 7. So I'll drop 3 and that's interesting. 5. No, I don't need 4. Maybe I need to drop 8. I already see 3 sevens on the table. 3 sevens dots. Maybe I'll take 4. Maybe somebody wants to go for all 5s on this hand, but really, how can this be? Let's drop this one. I'd better leave these 3s, dangerous 3s against the player to my left. She may wait for them, and I'd better drop rather safe 8s. Not very nice as well. What I have pung and 2 pairs. I could have 3 pairs in the pung. Well, don't know what to defend against. 9. Okay, not me. What about the previous deal? 2 players collected my hand. And do we just missed the point, and the player on the west collected that hand good. Not very good for me, good for him. Now, he's at the second place. You see, the player to my right. And I am at the 15th place. And that was the last deal in this session. We'll take another break for 10 minutes, and then there will be the final session for the same 8 deals. Another Eastern round and Southern round. Yes, this is break. What about me? I collected -2. One player collected our hand. Another player fed, you see, and lost 4 IMPs. I just got passive losses and -2 IMPs, not 4. But somebody collected it. Collected something good. Well, another break. And the player to my right collected just 1 IMP. Nobody on his line won. And just 2 players. One player fed into another hand, and another player lost points by other self. Okay, so he got 7 in total. Yes, that's total for a session. First session 5, second session 7, and that's plus 12 in total. And another Chinese got 15 points for this session only, for this second session. Yes. Okay, not very many IMPs really. 16, 12. In other tournaments were some figures like 20, 25 IMPs after 2 sessions, 30. So that's not very many. And not very many minus, not very big minus. There were -40, -45. After 2 sessions could be -30. That's just skill and luck. Yes, you can't get rid of luck totally, but you can just be skillful but unlucky. Okay, so we have another break, and I can remind you that what about this table for tournaments to the lower half and just simple games at the upper half. So we have, as I already announced, Wednesday 8th of June, 20 hours, but 20 for Moscow. It will be 5 p.m. for GMT. 5 p.m. for GMT, maybe rather early, but it's really rather late for Russians, for us, and even late for people to the east. But not very many people from Siberia play, from the Far East play, so it's just for our 2 capitals really, and for some Europeans also. You see, 4 players registered, 2 from St. Petersburg and 2 from Europe. Yes, sorry, another player from Moscow and 1 from USA. Sorry, I just guessed wrong. Now you can see SBR, that's Sichuan Bloody Rules, Sichuan Mahjong, which is very simple, very how is it, primitive, so to say, Mahjong. Very few players that know MCR play SBR, and mostly in Moscow. I know nobody in our St. Petersburg who plays SBR really. Maybe one or two. I never really follow these tournaments. Canada, Happy Hour, Wednesday. Aha, that will be Wednesday. Yes, it's Thursday night for Moscow, but Wednesday evening in Canada. Of course, that's why it's Wednesday. Monthly duplicate another SBR, and 12th. Maybe it will be removed. 12th of June, our invitational tournament for Sundays. There will be just simple tournament by Sundays from the MahjongSoft itself, but not from our club. Our club tournaments will take place on Wednesdays, I remind you. And in the upper half, we see another option added, Ricci. In the end of May, Ricci was implemented RCR rules, really, yes, European, without many Japanese rules, like dropping the same wind in the first discard, yes, when all people drop, for example, west, 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 and then it's redeal. Or when three people declare on from one discard, that's also another deal without winning anyone. Those are absent in RCR, in European EMA rules. So it's not a very strict Japanese. Of course, they follow all simplifications like Ari Japanese, yes, it's how that Atadzuka. Atadzuka means you can win without any Yaku in your hand, and Kuitan. Kuitan means you can win with open all simples hand. Yes, open Tanyao hand. If it's Nasi Nasi, Japanese style, Japanese subset of rules, then you can't win with Atodzuka, and you can win only with Tanyao in a concealed hand. Concealed hand, not with open hand. Melded partially. Well, so just try to play Ricci. I tried. I made the stream in Russian. I can make a stream in English for Ricci for this MahjongSoft version. But it's the same design. It's the same design as for duplicate, as for, not duplicate, of course, but simple MCR, one continuous wall with dead wall and Mercury Pi, yes, Dora pointer. And moreover, in autumn, I think, in autumn, there will be duplicate Ricci. Duplicate Ricci, so yes, each player will have his or her own wall, own hand, and I think that wall will be common, but that wall will be maybe something like 10 tiles. Yes, we have 136 tiles in Ricci. No red doors will be added to the set. Will replace usual fives, and to give all players equal amount of tiles, there must be something like 124 remaining. 124 remaining after that wall, so that wall must be 12 tiles, yes, or 6 pairs instead of 7. I don't know exactly. There will be published these rules for duplicate reach. They are already confirmed by MIL, Mahjong International League from China. So let's see. Let's wait for autumn and see what about this duplicate format of Ricci, how it will look like. Now we of course changed seating, changed opponents, more exactly. I can think about all types here, but really I don't have a wind. Maybe it will be something like half flush, or maybe it will be something like reversible tiles, really. 5, 6, 7. Okay, 5, 6, 7 then. 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. Mixed shifted chows with bang of whites and pair of fives, or 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's better to think about 6, 7, 8, I think. 6, 7, 8 or 5, 6, 7, but anyway I need something good in cracks and in BAMs. I have a set 4. No, 4 is good, but 4 is rather far from my plans. 4 is rather far from my plans. I'd better take 6. No, not this 6. No. No, no, no. If I take 6 cracks, for example, 6 cracks, another 5. Another 5 is good, but not now. What about bang of whites? If I take bang of whites, what about my cracks? 2 nines dropped. Ouch. I could collect something like all types, but it was too late for this win. Okay, I think I'd better drop 5. Wait for 9. So it will be 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7 BAMs, 6, 7, 8 dots, 7, 8, 9 cracks. These shifted chows. Nothing for me. No whites came. No no third south came from anywhere. So I believe maybe someone collected pairs. What about my pairs? 5s, 6s, 9s, 5 pairs max. With 8. So maybe someone could win, at least could collect ready hand with 6 pairs. Yes, ready hand for 7 pairs, but hardly win with it. What about other tables? Let's close this one. Only we finished. Only we finished. And other players just play. And I can't say that we played a quick deal. Rather just play rather long. And you see, nobody melded. Nobody melded his or her hand, so all people collected unsealed hands. And maybe this is the most, how's that, the most fair play in duplicate MCR when you can't use other discard. And when you use other discard, then very much changes. As I told, yes, it's better to use other people's discard when you know that you take your tile from the wall anyway. But if you have not very good hand, you'd better use others' help. But I, you see, wasn't granted anything at all except this 6, which I didn't need. I already had 1 6. So maybe this was the only option. West collected this hand from East, and that could happen at every table. Let's take a look. Oh no, one player collected our hand. Not very good for me. Another. Yes. Another all types hand. 4. What it can be. What can it be really? Just some pairs. Yes, those were pairs. Not my wind really, insist. And that was round wind. Not south is my wind. My wind is west. This one dropped to the left. And I don't know what... Let's try this. Maybe it will be 2, 3, 4. And maybe this will be chicken hand. If I don't take another white from the wall. If I don't take another white from the wall, I can think about chicken hand. Pairs. Okay, pairs they are. What I can drop? Then 2 BAMs. 2 BAMs firstly. What about pungs? I'm not sure about pungs. I'd better try pairs. Concealed pung. Concealed pung. If I collect 2 concealed pungs, I can think about all pungs then. What about my tiles? What about, okay, let's go for this. Maybe I'll take something from the wall. Maybe I'll get rid of dots. Maybe it will be, or maybe it will be pung of 9s dots. 9 is useless, okay. 4 cracks. I'm not sure about 4 cracks. I'm not sure about 3 BAMs either. Red. Okay, let's drop this one. Who may need it? Somebody has pair of nines, I believe. Okay. What about other tables? Of course, let's take a look. Two tables finished. I'm just, ouch. I'm just at the last place. That player from Poland collected good hand on my line, yes, and got to the 13th place, and I'm the last. But not very big difference between the 15th place. Just not very lucky hands, yes. This 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. No, it's rather 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Or maybe 3, 4, 5. Maybe it will be mixed triple chow. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, maybe. Yes, I take this pawn. And I just need 1 bams and 4 dots. 1 bams and 4 dots. Another 5. No. Sorry. I think I'll drop this 5, but if I take 4 bams, then it will be 3, 4, 5, mixed triple chow then. I don't go for all types, I just want to collect mixed shifted chows with pang of dragons. I don't want to collect anything at all. No, I need 4 and 1 bams. But if the player to my left collects bams, it will be hard to take 1 bams. And by the way, she collects, ouch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, then I need 3, 4, 5 and bams. But if the player to my left collects upper tiles, then he'll drop me, yes, my tiles. 5 is risky, of course, but I'm ready now. I'm ready, and 1 bams is not very, yes, not very needed by anyone, so I collect the hand at last. I collected the hand rather quickly, you see. Just at the beginning of the second row of this card, and 2 tables finished already. Tables finished. What about my streaming? It's okay, yes. You can see a cat behind me. It's my cat. Okay. I remind about delay. Delay of 4 minutes, so that nobody will be cheating with my hand, because if you can see another player's hand, and I remind you that all players at my line receive the same hand, so that you can know other people's plans. That's very important. So I collected plus 32 and plus 4 IMPs. Okay, at least I'm not the last now. 9. Let's drop this one. 2, 3, 4. Maybe it will be something around 2, 3, 4, but I don't have any good dots for it right now. Maybe it will be something in cracks. Something in cracks. Okay, let's drop these. I hardly need them. 2, 3, 4. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, or mixed triple chow 2, 3, 4. Something like it. Yes, looks very much like it. Now it depends on what I take in dots. Okay then. Mixed shifted chows with two-sided weighting, right? Mixed shifted chows they are. No. No. I wait for 5 or 8. Possibly 8. Nothing changes for me because there won't be mixed chows or short straights. I just hope I won't pick risky tiles from my wall. Great. That was quick, and I think all people collected this hand. Possibly so. What about us? Yes, we finished first. If other players, possibly another player on my line collected this hand. A simple one. Let's see what about other tables. I collected my whole hand from the wall, you see, so that other players, if they relied on the wall only, could collect the same. If they went for mixed shifted chows, of course, and nothing else. What else could it be, by the way? Something like pure straightened bands? Maybe something like mixed shifted chows in upper? Or maybe something like pure straightened cracks, for example. Yes, another one. Maybe they play so long because they just want another hand, more expensive hand. But that's risky because you can lose points and gain nothing. Yes, only lose IMPs and drop some places lower. Our Russian player is at the first place now. First Chinese who was first lost some points and he's at the third place. Maybe she, I don't know. Xiao Jiaose. Only me. Only me collected this hand. Really? And who else collected? West collected. The opposite player, the players to my opposite at 3 other tables collected my hand. Very curious thing. Ouch. What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in BAMs, 7, 8, 9. I didn't think about knitted straight. I don't have enough tiles, I think. Knitted straight, what it was? 258 BAMs. No. 258 BAMs, 6 9 cracks, I need 3, and 1 4 dots. I need 7. I already had 4th set, but I didn't have a pair. And I have a pair of 8s now for my mixed straight. If, of course, my mixed straight will be gathered, will collect from the wall. I think about dropping 1 now. No, that's my eyes. That's my eyes. I don't want to spoil them. What about small fan? 1 2 3 4 5 6. 9. Let's drop this one. I don't need many pairs, really. That's better. That's better. What about small fan? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Ouch. But no, I didn't need it. Really. I can think about winning from the wall. Fully concealed handle, chows, pure straight, sorry, short straight, short straight, short straight, for example. Or short straight, mixed double chow. I don't have any good tiles and BAMs, that's my problem. Don't want to meld. I don't want to meld, maybe I'll take the last 4. That's another option. Last tile, concealed handle, chows, kind of this plan. Nothing comes to my 5. My wall just doesn't have these tiles. 4 or 6s. 8. Who could take my hand? I see no 3 cracks or 7 dots for knitted straight. Nothing good comes from it for knitted straight, really. 1. Let's drop this 5. I don't think I need it. Nobody needs it. It's interesting. 1 cracks can be good for pure straight, but what about other tiles? 2, 3, another 8. No. I can't hope for 7. For 7 BAMs, okay. What about the last 4? Yes, I can take the last 4. Yes, I see 3 4s on the table. And I can take the last 4 cracks. If anyone drops it, of course. Or if I pick it from the wall. 3. 4 dots. I can't hope for 7 cracks, of course. 7 cracks from the wall gives me nothing, because it will be fully concealed handle chows. Nothing else. But the last 4 gives me my mahjong. Let's just hope I'll take it soon. You see? Only 3 tiles left. No, it's not mine. If it will be the last tile, ouch, then yes, then I can take it. Nothing good. 7. You see, all 7s were to the opposite or to the left, to the right. 7, 7, 7. Nothing for me. What about me? I just lost nothing and got nothing. This one for knitting. No, I don't think so. No knitting here. I am at the west in southern round. Maybe it will be mixed triple chow, yes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I don't have a pair. I need 7 and a whole for the 4th set. But anyway, it's a plan. It's better to have a plan than have nothing. Nobody needs this white. What about the table in total? Russian guy dropped to the 2nd place. No, it can be something like outside hand. But I'll surely drop 4 dots. But then I don't know what will come from the wall firstly. No. Let's drop this one. The player to my right possibly collects... No, not dots. Possibly he collects lower tiles. Lower tiles, so I just won't give him any lower tiles. I'll be holding them for myself. Maybe I'll collect lower tiles by myself, by the way. Why not? If the player to my left will help me, then I can collect some lower tiles. Okay, so I think I'll drop 9 and 7 and play something good. I see someone watched my stream with English speech and left. I don't know whether my English is good or not so good, but okay. Nobody complained in my videos in selected games. You can take a look at my selected games. And I recorded some games in English, some games in Russian. So that was the same English I use here. Not very much. 1, 2, 3. Let's try this. Yes. But now I can wait for in 2 sides, you see? 2 and 3. No. I'd rather take 1 dots to collect all lowers for 24 points. Now it's lower 4, which gives me 12 points, you see? But it's always better to try something. Ouch. Where will my 2s and 3s were possibly to the right? Well, nobody took this hand. I just fed and nothing else. Huh. That's an obvious plan. Not very good, because I don't like half flush very much, but it's an obvious, at least, an obvious plan. Okay, I take Pang of Easts. I don't need Kong. I'd rather hope for 4 dots. I can drop red. No. I can drop red. But now I'd better leave Easts as a pair. As my eyes now. Because they are good just for it. I take 7 dots. I take 4 dots. What if I take Pang of... Well, nothing good for me. Fully concealed hand, 2 concealed pawns. Ah, that's false Mahjong. That's false Mahjong. He'll get 2 IMPs as a penalty. He just couldn't win with it. He decided he can, and he can still declare chows and punks, but he can't win. Red is useless anyway. Now I can take, by the way, this Pang of Easts. But I still wait for 4. If I declare Kong, I'll pick replacement tile from the living side. Yes, from this side where I pick all other tiles. Where are my dots? He has 7, 8, and 9. Let's drop this one, okay. And I'll have 2 concealed punks. 2 concealed punks with winning on 4. 2 concealed punks. Tile hog of 5s. Huh. Well, 7. Who can take this 7? Nobody drops 4. Okay. I don't want concealed punks, I just wanted to win. Okay. I want to win anyhow. Where are 1, 8 dots? He can drop. And what about 6s? What about 3s, by the way? It's safe. Nobody drops 4s, you see? The only 4 was dropped here. And this is safe. Nice. 1 dots was dropped once. Sorry, that was the last. I have all ones. So I wait for the 4, just as well. Maybe someone will drop 8. Nothing good for me. Yes. We played to a draw. Not very nice. He had 1-8. Possibly another 8 dots is to my right. And here is the last tile, yes. We just got... we got nothing. He got penalty and he got nothing. -4 he took. And I got -5 because I didn't collect this hand. All other people collected my hand. Half flush it was. And all other people collected. Maybe all other people were lucky to pick that 4. To pick that 4, not very good. So I'm at the 14th place. My wins are dropped. I still hope for all types because some cracks must come from the wall. But it's not very good that my wins were dropped. Let's see. 3. I don't think about lower tiles because I have good donors, rather good donors, I believe. 7. I could have 4 pairs now, yes. But collecting pairs is not a very good plan because who knows how many pairs your wall has. Collecting such interesting hands like regular structures like 7 pairs or knitting is always risky. Because you can just be stuck and your wall can't help you at all. But it's always a risk, even if plain MCR, non-duplicate. It's a risk as well. You just depend on the wall. 3. Okay, at least something collected. Somebody needs it. What about my wins? Maybe I have another win in my wall. Yes, that's good. South. South, it's round win. Okay, let's try. Maybe it will be mixed shifted chows. The player to my right possibly collects pure straight and bends, really? Somebody needs this pawn? No, that's interesting. Somebody collects pairs? That's curious. Okay, I'm just one step behind ready hand. Just give me some good tiles, please. He thought about 3, maybe he needs 6. Okay. So I wait for either 4 or 1 cracks. 4 is better because it will be okay. Anyway, I got this hand from the wall. And okay, Let's thank all. I'll try to call everyone on Wednesday. Now, that was bad. You see, average is 25, and I lost 5 points just because we made a draw. Now, the last table plays, and what about my line? What about my line? Very interesting. Somebody maybe collected my hand and somebody not. Let's see. Now I remind you that it's this number 72903, and I'll show you how to watch all these results, all deals in replay. We just need to finish. Yes, tournament finished. I collected +5. Nobody else collected my hand. Great. So I'm at the 13th place, and the last place has 28 points. And ouch, our guy fell to the 4th place. He could count for some rewards, but sorry, not this time. Rewarded places are from the 1st to the 3rd. So Chinese, Japanese. Okay, thanks all again, and I want you to show you how to replay all these deals. You watched it from me, from my point of view, and now we go to statistics, list of tournaments. Yes, here is our tournament 72903, and here are firstly results by all players and then deals. Yes, you can open any deal, for example, third deal, where I lost by other self. Another deal was, yes, for example, this one. I didn't collect this hand and somebody else collected. Let's take a look. We click table and it opens in another tab, another browser tab. It's everything happens in the browser. I use Google Chrome, and you can use anything else, I think. And just autoplay, and we follow this hand to my left. This hand won the table. We may increase speed. We may decrease speed, yes. People will be just system will be dropping tiles slower. Here we can see she collected pungs. Yes, I wanted to collect some chows, maybe full flush. Yes, I decided to go for full flush, and she just collected all punks from the world. Great, just a simple plan. And another, let's take a look. Yes, another guy collected Singaporean, yes. Another guy, yes, to the left as well. He collected a hand for 2 points less. He collected half flush. Lucky he is. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Yes, he collected half flush. Yes, from discard. Half flush, tile hog of sevens. Okay, that's it. I went for some chows, for some maybe full flush and lost. Another player went for something else and lost. And these players collected different hands, you see? So the wall was good either for half flush and for all punts. Yes, that wasn't a very easy hand. It had different ways of developing. And these ways, somehow, some won, some lost. Here I fed into Mahjong, and another player at my line, on my wind, collected a hand. So you can take a look at all deals and all tables, who collected what, who didn't collect hands. The last hand, for example, yes, I collected this. What it was? All types, yes. I collected all types from the wall, and other people lost. For example, this player collected self. Let's take a look what this player collected. This, yes, at the east, what she wanted to collect and failed. She just got, she just had 4 there, 4 dots. Possibly. She wanted. She dropped cracks, you see? She wanted half flush and dots, yes. She wanted half flush and dots, and the player here collected just reversible tiles. Very interesting. Reversible tiles, you see, from the wall. And this half flush plan wasn't successful, unlike mine all types. Well, that's it. You just can analyze it by yourself. And I finish this stream. Thanks all. It was already 2 hours and 30 minutes. Thanks all. Come play, please. MCR duplicate or MCR plane, as you can see. I'll show, yes. Yes, close window. We can see them. No, I can go just home. Yes, you can play MCR Marathon, plain MCR, plain Ricci, SBR Marathon, SBR plain. That's it. I hope there will be some more settings, like how many deals to play, 4 deals, 8 deals for plain games like plain MCR, plain Ricci. There were some time ago here, but now they were cancelled some way. Well, so that's all I wanted to show you. Thanks all. Watch my selected games, please, which I play at Mahjong time.